Hello Gemini, and welcome to Healing Dove Tarot. Gemini, we're going to have a look at the love energies for Geminis in couples from the 19th to the 26th of December. Gemini, you start off this period with the Princess of Cups. So the Princess of Cups or the Page of Cups can mean a few things. I typically see it, depending on the other cards that are around it, as someone offering an apology. Or it can actually speak about child or children. So potentially you have a younger water sign that's in your life. But I like to look at the energies that are around it, right? So I go back a little bit. And I can see you've got the card of the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, Seven of Cups, a little bit of dreamy energy, and the Princess of Cups. So Gemini, if I remember correctly, if I go back to when I did the last kind of combined reading, you had, three aces, new opportunities coming, new opportunities in love. So potentially some of you could have welcomed a new child to the family. Congratulations if you did, because I'm seeing that energy coming through. That's that kind of aces coming through. They do represent children and birth of children. And this is like a child or an infant that's coming through quite strongly for me. So for those that are watching that have just had a little bubba, congratulations. For others of you though, I feel like it's an apology, and potentially an apology to your partner for maybe working too much. Yeah, I know that's going to sound weird, but let me explain to you why. I mean, you know, it's only the end of the year and everyone's trying to finish off Christmas, but you start off this period, the 19th to let's say 20th, 21st, with the Emperor coupled with the Devil. So the Emperor for me represents a sign of Aries, so potentially some of you are in couples with an Aries, but it also represents a leader and a boss. And the Devil represents a sign of Capricorn. Again, you could be coupled with a Capricorn, or that could be in your rising, vice versa. But for me, when I see this combination of cards, I see it very much as being feeling a little bit trapped by an authority figure. Usually work is this what I get, but I'm seeing that coming to an end, coupled with the World card underneath. So few messages coming through here, and remember this is a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Maybe I'm not the reader for you this week. But what I see is the Emperor being quite controlling. Maybe they've said, you know, there's all this stuff that you have to get done before the 21st, before you finish up on Friday. It's been putting a lot of pressure on you, Gemini. And that could have been what's made you pull away and kind of been a little bit estranged from your partner. Maybe even a little bit short and snappy. Not that you're like that at all, are you, Gemini? But it's such an intelligent sign. Sometimes I feel like it's... how do I best explain this? It's almost like, oh, why do I have to lower myself to these standards and explain myself to you? You know, sometimes you might feel like that, especially when you've got kind of like this pressure coming in from a boss or an authority figure of some kind. Now, if you're not working and this is not a boss, this could very well, the Emperor does represent the sign of a father. So it could be that your father or your father-in-law is playing a big role in trying to control how Christmas is going to go down this year. And, you know, I feel like Gemini, you're just not having it. You're really trying to complete that cycle and you're trying to stand up for what you want. If that resonates, and I know it's a very specific message, I just want you to know you will be victorious. So you will find the right words and the way to communicate how it is that you're feeling. And Gemini, I know we've talked about this a few times in a lot of readings that I've done for your sign. Part of the difficulty with being such an intelligent, logical sign and sometimes an overthinker is that rash kind of reactionary use of language and word, which, you know, sometimes gets people offside. Sometimes it's warranted, right? And sometimes you got to stand up for yourself and put people in their place so that they understand their boundaries. But I feel like, Gemini, you have it perfectly this week. If you need to do that with, maybe it's your father and you're estranged from your father and you haven't spoken to them for a while and you need to set something straight because they're trying to be too controlling over Christmas and how it's going to work out, then you're going to be victorious. And I say that with confidence because at the center of the reading you have the Sun. Absolutely beautiful. So however that kind of beginning part of the week before we get to actually the couple of days of Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, however that plays out for you, whatever it is, well done, because I see you handling quite a testing situation with grace and coming out quite victorious. Now for some of you, it could very well be that, like I said, you've felt so restricted and controlled at work, and now that's finally ending on the 21st, and you've got this break coming in. Now, we do have a full moon in Cancer on the 22nd or the 23rd, depending on where you are in the world. And I feel like all signs are going to feel a shift in energy, okay? So I feel like it's almost like, how do I explain this? You're going to get to Christmas, and for you it's just going to be like, oh, pass me a drink and I just don't want to speak to anyone, and I'm just going to go be a sloth and pig out and watch movies. That's what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing this very much, this energy still of patience and, you know, trying to balance things, trying to juggle things. You know, Pentacles speak about tangible things, and I feel like for you it's really the joys of like Christmas day with friends and family, and, you know, yourself and what you want to be doing, Gemini. It's like having patience with others and trying to go with the flow. But you do it quite well, because, you know, you have all the cards here pointing. You have the ending of one cycle. Maybe it's completing the year for you, and you're really being able to take a break with the people that you love. And then you have the sun here illuminating everything. Now, I do have the Four of Swords here, so coupled with Temperance. So if you have been a little bit short and you need to apologize to your partner because you've kind of been in your own world, I just find that you're finally going to get the healing that you need for yourself and find that balance. I'm getting the feeling at the moment, Gemini, for a lot of you, especially in couples, you're just all out of balance. You spread yourself too thin. You've been giving too much to everyone, whether that be work, friends, and maybe not enough to yourself, without even factoring in your partner. And your poor partner, I think, or this could be vice versa, right? The energy's always flip. But I think your poor partner's there going, what is wrong with you at the moment? Like, how can I help you? I don't understand. And the truth is they can't. You just need to wait. You need to hold out for a few more days and wait until this cycle ends. And then the energy will shift and you'll start to feel more like yourself. And then I really do see that you're just going to have a couple of days of just being chill. And then that's when you start to find your balance again. Now, Gemini, I just want to leave you with this beautiful card that came out with it as well, which is the Wheel. So as you get to the 27th or the 26th, when I'm doing the readings again for you next week, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is going to be turning in your favor when it comes to intimate relationships. There'll be no more of this snappy kind of, I'm so sorry for being a shit human. I love you, I really do. It's just going to be like, you're going to feel like yourself. You're going to feel rested. You're going to feel like you've caught up in your sleep. You know, feel very balanced in your relationship and your commitment. And then I see like an actual week of really beautiful fun times. You just got to get through this one week, Gemini. All right, additional guidance for Geminis in couples, please. Fork in the road, number 13. I feel like this is so accurate for what I was just saying. So the keywords of this card are time to make a decision, considering the consequences and preparing to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. You've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love or to remain isolated? So I think this talks exactly what I was saying about really being isolated from your partner. Maybe too, you and your partner have been away from each other, because the world does speak about travel and distance. So it could be that you've been, you know, maybe they've been away for work or you've been traveling a lot for work, and that's why you haven't been able to connect, okay? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire, actions, and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest and give, and then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with the relationship and apology, know that it's based in truth and authenticity. You would have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you didn't want to be alone. So this is talking about people who may be considering a breakup or just needing space from their partner because it's been so tense. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships, regardless of the decision you make. It will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. There you go, Gemini. That was your reading. I hope you found it helpful. I wish you a very Merry Christmas, and I'll be back with you next week.